I am all about the callback episodes lately. I'm guessing that you're running out of ideas. My bad. I've been busy publishing I Hear Colors on Amazon.com, a link that will be down below. But if you'll excuse me, I've got a video to start. In my analysis of Respect and the Efficacy of Blame by George Side, I made the comment that apparently there's no morally acceptable way to express your emotions. Think I'm being overdramatic? Always. Well then. Let's take a look at all of the things wrong with passive aggression as portrayed by the paper Honestly, It's Fine by Rebecca Roach. Passive aggression as defined by the paper is an indirect expression of hostility and contempt. So, for example, let's say that you throw out a pen of mine, but then you realize it was my favorite pen, so you apologize because you are sorry. It would be passive-aggressive if I were to put California Reaper powder in your eggs the next morning. Why would you do that? I was so upset. So upset you'd kill somebody? It was my favorite pen. Roach says this is worse. Yes! Oh, calm down. She says that this is worse than straight cursing someone out because if I cuss you out, you kinda know there's something wrong. But if I act passive-aggressively, then I have the chance to deny that I'm still upset, giving me the opportunity to decide that the conversation around the topic is over. And if I say the conversation is over, then I get to tell myself that I'm the good guy and you don't get a chance to disagree. That does sound like a problem. And while I respect that opinion, I have to disagree. You see, Roach failed to touch on, hold on, cut. Can we just, am I pronouncing that right? Is it Roach? Because I hate to be calling her Roach if it's like Roachi or something like that. Do we know? Does anyone know? You're Roach. You're sure? Positive. Okay, let's bring it back. Okay, ready? Roche failed to acknowledge the fact that passive aggression is used when the party receiving the aggression makes a mistake that they should have known better than to make. Like, you know I'm super attached to my pens. You know that I refill my pens instead of throw them out. And still, you tossed that one. So I lashed out a bit. A bit? Yeah, just a wee bit. Your reaction to me denying any conscious effort to harm you can lead to one of two reasons for doubt or one of two very telling descriptions of you. If your doubt is focusing around the impact your mistake had on me and whether or not your apology was enough, then you're a very empathetic person that understands how your actions can harm others. And I applaud you for that. But if your doubt revolves around my end of it, why I didn't accept your perfect apology or why I'm being so difficult, then you're the kind of person best represented by this paper's definition of offended. I mean, actually, it was Joel Feinberg's definition. The paper just used it. Not now, I'm trying to make a point. So the definition they use for offense is a disliked state, an example of which would be shame, that was caused by someone's perceived wrongdoing. Now, you're upset with that person for making you feel that way. Let's talk about this. The definition is fine, the problem is using it with people. Because you can perceive anything as a wrongdoing. The paper even shows this by having a wrongdoing that is just you not accepting the apology. I mean, this definition leaves so much room for people to be arrogant and entitled, and it's so accurate. Okay, but being full of yourself isn't worse than murder a la spice. It was just an example. What I'm trying to get at is that in this situation, passive aggression is better than the paper gives it credit for. It gives a chance for people to authentically learn about each other and their relationship. Are you actually going to make that argument in a world where open communication exists? I mean, that should definitely be your first stop if it's possible, but here's the thing. After throwing out my pen, and after the example used in the paper, you apologized. You knew that what you did was wrong. I could simply tell you that my pen meant more to me than an apology, but that doesn't mean you'll learn. See, just like in school, you'll remember something better if you can problem solve and figure it out for yourself. But that being said, passive aggression isn't the golden path. It's not the yellow brick road to the wizard of interpersonal communication. Passive aggression is not useful when the receiver of the aggression genuinely has no idea what they did wrong, i.e. no apology for sure. This is because, at least in the other examples, you can find out more about the other person and about how they view the relationship. Here, the receiver genuinely doesn't know what they did wrong, so it's just really unproductive. Does that make it worse than cussing someone out? Passive aggression with a receiver that just doesn't know what the problem is can breed so much distrust. But at the same time, cussing someone out can cause so much outright damage. So we agree with the paper in saying that it's best to just straight talk with the person when you're upset, even though you won't be able to express your anger as much as you could with cussing. This brings me to my biggest issue with the paper. This paper uses a very shallow interpretation of communication. Just talking to someone, talking about an issue that I'm having can be done using far more than just, I am still upset, or I am not upset. Language is just way more complex than that. But the paper said you're risking being offensive now. And humans are more complicated than that. We've talked about people being upset that you just didn't accept their apology. So yeah, try and avoid being a dick, but communication comes with a risk. You just have to ask yourself if it's worth it. What does that even mean? Shut up, I just didn't know how to end it, but we're done now. It's over. Cut the camera off, cut the camera! Thank you so much for listening. If you want to keep hearing, please hit the subscribe button as well as check out my Instagram, Facebook, and ordinaryscholar.com links, all of which are listed down below. And don't worry, that skit at the beginning, completely true, man. I Hear Colors is now available for purchase at Amazon.com. This is just my preview copy. You can get your own readable copy over at Amazon. Link is down there with everything else. And if you're feeling just like super generous today, you can check out my Patreon account listed down below, also notated in the back of the book just in case, but it's up to you. And until next time, Valedictions friends.